Spring sunny days are slowly coming back, and with them comes my motivation to prepare the balcony for the new plants growing season and inspiration to paint flowers with watercolor. And this is what I'm going to do in this video. Feel free to paint along with me or put this video on the background, and I hope you enjoy it. Today I want to create a new sticker set from my traditionally painted sketches. For this piece I'm going to use a hot-pressed cotton paper from Arches. It's a small leftover piece from a custom project I did last month. For the paint, I'll be using Van Gogh landscape watercolor set and a small set from Paul Rubens. The first one I like for its beautiful warm greens, yellow and brown tones, and the second set just has good and pretty vibrant basic colors that I can mix and get the shades I need. As for ideas, I'm going to use my inspiration from this season, old sketchbook sketches, and my favorite books with birds and bugs. I find this process very soothing when I use real books references while sketching. I love going through the pages, choose what I want to paint, and read some information about the bird, bug, or the plant I'll be drawing. I first started sketching with an orange color pencil, but soon realized that my eraser doesn't work with it, so eventually I used a usual graphite pencil. When my sketches are done, I slightly erase them so that those lines won't be noticeable under the paint layer. And the way I do it is by tapping the sketch with my soft eraser so that I do not damage the paper. By the way, if you like my videos, check if you're subscribed. And if you want to see more behind the scenes of my projects and regular art updates, you can join my free access English-speaking Patreon chat and Russian-speaking Telegram chat. And if you like to support my art even more and get exclusive content, you can check out my Patreon tiers. As a member, you get access to a detailed process of my projects, digital downloads, and more. All the links will be in the description. All the sketches that I'm going to be painting today, I use just one size 5 synthetic brush. It can hold enough water for my small sketches, both for working out the entire form and the smallest details. I've been painting these future stickers for 2 days, and it was such a relaxing process. Who doesn't like to paint nature, right? I also liked my experience with this paper. It is new to me as my whole life I've been painting on cellulose paper only before a few years ago when I got curious why so many artists choose cotton. Since then I was on and off my research on paper. I remember at first when I did a paper test, I didn't like cotton paper. It felt so unusual. The paint dried fast and the colors got more dull after drying. Now I guess it probably was a hot-pressed paper, that is how it can behave from what I hear on internet. But of course every paper brand and type is different, so I want to continue to experiment with it. I'm also very curious to compare hot, cold-pressed and rough paper side by side. Today I liked working on this Arches paper. Especially I can't not notice how beautifully the edges of the paint dry. But Arches is surely a good quality and one of the most expensive brands. I would like to also check out some other brands that are on a budget side, something for my regular painting and sketches. Last year, I also got this small cotton sketchbook from Malevich. I already talked a little about it in my blog post and one of my previous videos. Also very nice, and I enjoy making small paintings in it. Though they have been only sold in Eastern Europe, so it's difficult to recommend around here. But I do have a small list of papers that are available here in the Netherlands that I want to try out. Maybe it's an idea for the next video. By the way, I only now noticed that I didn't paint the flowers I planted on my balcony, and I'm definitely going to fix that next time. Maybe it would be fun to do with the paper type test to see how differently paint will behave on hot and cold press. I'm also very interested in paints at the moment, more than usual, I mean. It happens to me every year, honestly, usually in spring, when I suddenly want to get my hands on a new special paint. I start watching video reviews on different watercolor sets and dreaming about getting it. It's the idea of trying out a new set is what really excites me. I can't wait to check out how the pigments will look like on paper, how it will change when adding more water, and how they will mix with each other. The process is truly magical, and I can't wait to learn more about it. Just like yesterday, I've been reading articles about watercolor paper for this project, got on YouTube to watch a video, and then 3 hours later, I'm all in, losing myself in watercolor painting content. And what did I do this morning also? I watched watercolor painting content. Today, for example, I now found out about a handmade brand I never heard of before from Raman Smal. And now I can't stop thinking about buying a set. But maybe I will wait for my birthday. Kiki and Nami had to come every once in a while to check how the process is going. I want to tell a little about this butterfly I'm painting here. It's called blauwtje in Dutch, or gossamer winged butterfly in English. From the pictures I saw, they often have blue wings, sometimes close to violets like here, and a very beautiful outside patterns with brown, orange and black dots and lines. I find it very exciting if I go outside for a walk to keep an eye on butterflies and birds kinds after painting them, in case I see the species I drew. After I'm done painting, I finish my sketches by adding more hue variety in details and contours with colored pencils. It's my most often used technique and I like it a lot. But in a future painting, I want to try a different one where I would use watercolor only. I want to experiment with it some more to see if I can get the desired detailed result with more layering and without pencils. By the way, let me know in the comments what your favorite painting technique is. If you paint with watercolor, I'll be curious to read. I, for example, mostly use wet on wet, dry on wet and wet on dry techniques, and very rarely use multiple layers. It's the way I painted since my children's art school, and I didn't think much of trying out different ways to paint before now. For the details here, I'm using pencil set from Boomer. It's now one of my favorite ones to use because of its softness and vibrancy. And here will be my finished sketches. I like the result a lot, but what's more important is my memory about the painting process. It's the fresh air of the first spring days, flowers around my house that start blooming, the small birds that come feed on my balcony, and a couple of pigeons that make my cat's day more exciting. It's the sunbeams shining through the room when I was painting, and it's me, making my 28th spring. Now, we are almost done. Just need to scan the file, edit it, design the sticker set, and prepare the file for the cutting machine, which took a few hours in total. I share all the stickers making process in details in a longer version of this video on my Patreon, if you're interested. And now my favorite part, and also the most noisy one, I hope my neighbors forgive me, it's cutting the stickers. After the machine registering and everything is right, it cuts the sticker sheets with the kiss cut on stickers and die cut on the sheet borders. And look at this, we got perfect sticker sheets! I already took a chance to decorate my agenda, and this is how it looks like. Let me know what you think of the result product, and if you want to see more videos like this one, I'm always curious to read your comments. And a special thanks to my Patreons for their support, you guys are amazing. And I see you in a new video next month.